productivity, we have burnout. All of these things are regular adjectives that people working in any company will give you. Because there is a limitation to where the workforce, how much the workforce can work. Now, how can we, how can we improve that? And there, we did this survey that very clearly shows that 41% of the time that any workforce is using, it's wasted in low-value, repetitive jobs. If we could take those low-value, repetitive jobs off from them, then to a very great extent, their time would be released for doing things which are much more meaningful and which gives much better personal and empathetic experience to the customers, which is what they want. They want to work with experts. They want instant scheduling of what they are doing. They want instant replies to whatever they have in mind. And in order to deliver that, I think where we need to be is to ensure that we have got the right kind of technology. So to unlock this GDP growth, we really need this breakthrough technology. And again, why I'm talking about this is, even for instance, when we were doing Prime Minister Jan Dhan Yojana, which has resulted in huge financial inclusion for us, we found that till such time that the technology became available, we didn't get success. The Prime Minister Jan Dhan Yojana really became a success. One of the reasons was the way it was run. Of course, it was run like a project, but the other reason was that it was based on technology which earlier to that had not been available. In the sense that we had Aadhaar, which solved the problem of KYC, and Aadhaar, as you know, is very tech-driven. The other thing that we had was communications. The mobile technology, mobiles had become ubiquitous, allowing us to reach banking to places where there were no bank branches. So in a country like ours, which has such a huge population, 1.4 billion people, we cannot solve the problems of our people unless we use a lot of technology. The kind of services that we still give to those 6 lakh villages that we have, 600,000 villages that we have across the country, whether it be in the area of healthcare, whether it be in the area of education, is far from satisfactory. But giving that or improving that to a level where it becomes satisfactory is not possible in the brick and mortar manner. We have to depend on technology. So India does need this technology. India does need AI. If somebody is saying that, what happens then, there are so many people, what will happen? My answer only is that today people are going without services by default because we can't provide them. The day we are able to provide them, it will in turn create a lot of productivity, it will in turn create a lot of jobs. So we really need to make this breakthrough. So what we are suggesting is Agentforce is really the digital labor platform where humans with agents will drive customer success. And that is what we have been trying to do with Tata Play. And this is why Tata Play is here with us today, because they have chosen to deploy this platform, which is trusted, because there is a very firm trust layer that we use in our products. It's trusted because it does not allow your data to go anywhere else. Your data remains yours. It's not ours. It's not Salesforce's property. It's nobody's property other than the customer's property. The customer alone has access to their data. It's very easy to deploy, by the way, because it can be deployed in just natural language, meaning you don't really need coding in order to put up these agents. The humans can be in the loop, or for very repetitive tasks, the agents can be made autonomous to take the action. Because today we don't only have what is called a large language model, you all are all aware of it. We also have what we now call the large action model. So the agent can also action things autonomously if they are allowed to do it. There can be guardrails that tell them, no, you can't. You have to refer this particular action to a human. But if we think that it is something that the agent can do, it can be empowered to do it. There is zero hold time because you can scale up the number of agents. There's no issue about how many agents can be put on. It is totally integrated within your entire operation. And the other thing is it's open. It's open meaning we do not restrict you in respect of what model you want to bring. It can be your model, it can be DeepSeek, it can be OpenAI, it can be anybody's model. It is your choice as to which model you take. If you don't want to create a model, we have a model as well. but it's entirely your choice as to how it can be done. So it's an open platform. So, if you're looking at AI, basically AI has come in waves for us. So the first wave that happened was, we actually set this up in 2004, the entire AI initiative within the organization. And the first wave that happened was the predictive AI. The predictive AI basically allowed you to use a lot of historical structured data in order to come up with predictions as to how things will happen in the future. The issues on the predictive wave was only that it could not understand unstructured data. That means it didn't understand language. You had to structure the data and put it in. And the accessing of that database had to be by people who basically were trained in computer language. So it had to be structured input, structured output. It was not natural language input and output, which is what was achieved in wave 2. In the wave 2, in the Copilot's wave, basically AI became generative in the sense that it could take in data in an unstructured manner. So if you have a grievance portal and if you allow the AI engine now to access that, it could understand whether I'm dealing with an angry customer, I'm dealing with a satisfied customer, I'm dealing with a customer who's had repeated problems. All of that could be understood because now it could do natural language processing. Natural language is the language we speak. So that was the difference in the generative wave, where the copilots could actually understand much better, and therefore it was not only predictive, it was actually generating content. Because of the numerous number of data fields that it could now analyze and understand. Okay? And the third wave is where we are currently, which is the agentic wave. And this is, this is, I think, it's the most powerful support tool. And this is by OpenTable. OpenTable is, it's a reservation system for restaurants in the West. So this is what they have been using it for. So while they have been saying that these agent force, they outperform the old chatbots by about 40%. The old chatbots, by the way, were based on the predictive, this wave 1 predictive and part of it on the Copilot side. But the chatbots had scripts that had to be really fed into it. Today, Agentforce doesn't need scripts, it can generate what it wants to say. And we replicate it, and experience, it's difficult to replicate. And therefore, it's very important for our people, or rather our customers and industry to understand that creating that experience is very important. And even for B2B companies, I would say that their customers could be their retailers, could be their dealers, could be their suppliers. Everybody who's interacting with a particular organization, including its own employees, are their customers. And therefore, making their lives better, making their lives easier, making their experience unique is what we try to do. And that's what we are trying to do with our customers here. And with that, I will request Mr. Nagpal to say a few words as to how we went about all of this. And, thereafter we'll take Q&A. Thank you very much.